What's up, everyone? You're here with Goran at Tony's Picks. Thank you for joining me here. And you are here for some free soccer picks, of course. And with such a massive soccer slate that we are getting on Wednesday, 19, 18 games on the schedule, guys. So every single matchup is at the same time. That's 3 p.m. Eastern time. We are finishing off this so-called group stage of the Champions League with these games, and in this video, you're getting 8 free picks from myself, and those are the games that could potentially have some meaning on the standings, teams getting into the knockouts, teams getting knocked out, and such. And like I said, 8 free picks for you guys in this video. Now, for my premium picks, for my best bets, you can go up to the Tony's Picks website and you can sign up for my daily pass, 3 day pass, 7 day pass, or even a month long pass if that's something you want to do. Now, if you want a simpler way, simple click the link in the description of this video and that will get you straight up to my page where you can do exactly that, where you can sign up and get my best picks for this Champions League slate on Wednesday. Now let's get this show on the road, guys. I will try to get through this as quickly as possible. For our first game, we have Aston Villa hosting Celtic. It's a bit of a, I want to say, a British derby. And as of right now, both teams are safe. Both teams will be going into the knockouts. However, Aston Villa potentially with a win here could give themselves a chance to go into the top eight, which means that they don't have to go through that playoff round for the teams from ninth up to 24th spot. Instead, they would go straight into the round of 16 and they don't have to worry or tire themselves out after that match. So, for myself, guys, Celtic hasn't been that great on the road in this competition. So, I'm taking Aston Villa -1 at -127. For our second game, guys, we have a fairly big matchup between Barcelona and Atalanta. Now, Barcelona at the moment in the second place, they could potentially lose that second place if they lose this game, or they could go to the top of the table if Liverpool doesn't get a favorable result in their game. In case they lose and Barcelona wins this one, they would go up top. Atalanta is in seventh place with 14 points. That's just a point above some teams that are still in that lower part of the standing. So they could still lose this spot uh, if they lose this game. And I think it's going to be a hard game for them because Barcelona is scoring an insane amount of goals right now. So I will still take Barcelona to win at over 2.5 goals. It's +116. Can they keep a clean sheet? I would be surprised if they did. But even if they do, I think they can get us over 2.5 line themselves. For our next game, guys, we're going to go to Croatia where we have Dinamo Zagreb hosting AC Milan. And this is the game that I will actually go and watch in the stadium. I'm gonna enjoy it very much, guys. Uh, Dinamo, they need a win here. There's no doubt. They only the win will give them a chance to get into the next stage of the Champions League. Milan, on the other hand, is safe. They've done well in the Champions League so far. They're sitting sixth, and I want to say that they might even be safe enough to stay in the top eight, even if they lose this game. Um, but their away form is not that great right now, and the situation in the club is anything but ideal. Now, Dinamo Zagreb is far below when it comes to quality than Milan. They don't have as much experience in the Champions League and whatnot, but I think at home they can get at least a draw. So for my pick in this one, guys, I will take Dinamo Zagreb on the double chance, and it's +161. That means we can get Dinamo Zagreb to win or for a game to end in the draw, and we win our pick. In the next matchup, guys, we have Manchester City hosting Club Brugge. Manchester City is having a disappointing season in the Champions League. They need a win out of this game because they're sitting in the 25th place, which is below the teams who are advancing to the next stage. But they have the same amount of points. Well, actually, they have two points less than Stuttgart, Sporting, PSG, and Benfica, and they have 3 points less than Club Brugge and PSG, which means that their direct competitor is Club Brugge. Now, City has to go for the win here. There's no way around it. The draw will not be enough. If they lose, obviously they are going home. And I think that they will get a win here. They are coming off of a nice, impressive win against Chelsea, and I think that they will do it here once again, simply because Club Rouge is not up to their level, and the City has been looking better and better with every game that they're playing. So I'm taking City to win and over 3.5 goals at plus 114. For our next matchup, guys, we have Sporting Lisbon hosting Bologna. And this is another interesting matchup. Bologna, at the moment, sitting in the 28th place with 5 points, and they are out of the Champions League. They don't have any chance to get into the knockout. Sporting, however, is sitting in the 23rd, but if they don't win this game, they could potentially lose that spot and get knocked out of the of the Champions League. Now, them losing the head coach was a huge blow for them, and it's been showing up in their results, especially lately. However, this is a game where they will have to go for the win, and I think that they will get it because Bologna hasn't scored a single goal on the road in the Champions League this season. So I think that Sporting gets the job done in this one. The only question is by how much. Since the money line is a bit juiced, I'm taking Sporting -1 at -145. I know I'm risking a push, but I think that's probably one of the few picks where we can get some safer value, maybe, if I want to phrase it that way. But yeah, I think Sporting gets the win out of this one. In the next game, guys, we have Stuttgart and PSG facing off. Now, this is a game where the books don't see the goals. I don't know why not, because the draw will not be good enough, maybe for either side, while a win will take either side into the knockouts. Now, PSG is sitting a bit higher than Stuttgart, while Stuttgart is sitting in 24th. But both teams have 10 points, so same amount of points. That's what I mean that the draw might not be enough for either side. And we have two teams that are very much capable of scoring goals. Stuttgart failed to score a goal against Mainz, which tells me that they were kind of thinking about this Champions League game already, and their heads weren't into that game in Bundesliga against Mainz. Well, PSG also got a draw against, I don't know who they were playing in the French League One, but it ended up in a 1-1 draw. So it kind of tells me as well that PSG was thinking about the Champions League game. So they were thinking ahead. They weren't concerning themselves with that League One matchup. But I have to go with goals in this one, guys. I don't know why the books don't see it, but I definitely do. So I'm taking both teams to score in over 2.5 goals at plus 148. In the next matchup, guys, we have Juventus hosting Benfica. Now, Juventus is safe when it comes to the knockouts. They're sitting high enough. They have a decent amount of advantage when it comes to points for them not to drop below the 24th place. Well, Benfica is not as safe. Yes, they're sitting in the 21st right now, and at the moment they are in that knockout spot. But with the loss here, they could definitely lose that spot if some other results are going against them. So I think that Benfica will go for it here. Juventus, yes, a good defensive team. They're not as effective in the attacking end. They've done a decent job in the Champions League. Don't get me wrong. But in this one, I just don't see them keeping a clean sheet. So I'm taking both teams to score in this one at -120. And the last pick of this video, guys, is a game between Leverkusen and Sparta Prague. Now, Sparta Prague is out of the Champions League. They've never been in the Champions League, if I'm being honest. They're sitting in the 29th, only 4 points, conceded 19 goals in 7 games, while Leverkusen on the other side is sitting in 8th right now, which is the last spot that will get them straight to the round of 16. Uh, they've scored 13 goals in 7 games, 7 conceded goals. They had a very unlucky result against Atletico Madrid last week, but with a win here, they will stay in the top 8, which is definitely going to be very favorable for them because once again, they don't have to tire themselves out playing an additional 2 games to get into the round of 16. So I think that Leverkusen will come out flying in this one. I would say they would start with their A lineup and just get the job done, which is why I'm taking Leverkusen team total in the first half over 1.5 goals, plus 132, guys. I think that Leverkusen can score easily 2 goals in the first half, probably in the first 20 minutes of a game. And if they really get going, I think that Sparta Prague will suffer in this game for quite a while. So Leverkusen team total over 1.5 goals in the first half at plus 132. That's it, everyone, for this video. Thank you for joining me here. This was the last round of the Champions League group stage. Hope you have a great day, everyone. Check out my premium picks. Check out the rest of the free picks up on Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and we'll see you guys soon with more free winners.